And it's live. There we go. This is the very first match, and we already see that CP2S3 is dividing his squad, their squad, into two portions. One portion is going directly towards the cap zone. Weapons are free, and I already heard a grenade launcher going off, and that was pretty close to what? No, it was. Well, it was in the direction, but CP1S1 actually evaded that shot and is moving towards the urban area as well, while they are sending off two guys, PFC Spencer and PFC Williams, into a flanking mission in the forest area towards the cap zone. As three here has now divided themselves into like what seems like three groups. PFC Lungu and Private Jager are going forward towards the cap zone. I'm curious if PFC Lungu is going to be able to see PFC Williams and Spencer over there. While I got some camera problems here, while Private Osteron, PFC Kazalka and Pedakovic are in the urban area now. They are being guarded by Corporal Rod in the back, which is the CP2 platoon sniper, and we already got a capture of CP2S3, who are able to be captured as first. That puts an extra little bit of pressure onto first squad there. Now they need to advance towards the capture zone. And there's another gel going off. That was near the end circle. Oh, and in the middle. That must have been coming from CP2S... No. CP2S3 is shooting rockets towards the forest area as well. Pretty close to PFC Spencer. He's not been hit. He's not bleeding. So all is still good. No casualties. And here we see Corporal Bay, platoon sniper of CP1, moving and flanking around. So more GLs are being shot towards the forest area, but they are off. They're not even close, and the very first shots are being fired as well. So that means people have been seeing each other. PFC Brady is on a flanking mission here as well. Sergeant Dot is in the middle coordinating everything, while S3 is pretty much sticking together. PFC Kazalka with a bold move, trying to look for any contacts near the zone, and PFC Bedekovic and Private Osteron are keeping rear guard. Corporal Rod is moving up as well as we speak. He has a deadly shot, so be aware of that, but he is facing Corporal Bay with an even more deadly shot from time to time, and that's a very close grenade launcher being shot again, but not close enough. No casualties, no harm was done. Shots are being fired left and right. That could be for making a distraction. And it's over here in the forest area. PFC Williams and PFC Spencer trying to make some distraction, trying to get S3 off guard, who are still holding the cap even though there's nobody in there, putting that extra pressure onto first squad. Ooh, and there PFC Brady and Private Hagedorn are being spotted. They're being GL'd right now. Grenade launches left and right, but ooh, that was a very close shot towards PFC Kazalka. Was he hurt? I don't think so. But these are smoke shots. That is actually giving the extra cover for S1 to move up towards the urban area. But so far everything is stalled, waiting. Both squads are waiting for the very first move of the opposite squad. While the smoke screen is being used by PFC Bedekovic and Private Osteron, PFC Kazalka to move up towards the next position, the next building, but there goes the smoke, so they're now in the open, and that could be a fragile move. A GL went over their head. Sergeant Dot is in the open as well right now. Both squads are using the grenade launchers towards each other. The grenadiers are doing a lot of work right now, but no harm, no casualties, nobody injured either. Shots towards the cap zone where nobody is in left. Oh, but what is this? Private Jager is bleeding out. He must have been hit by either PFC Williams or PFC Spencer, or by one of those stray grenades. He's back up though, but he needs to start bandaging it. No, he's being shot by PFC Spencer. He's still bleeding. He might pass out again. He's crawling back to Corporal Call. Maybe he can assist him on getting those bandages and the morphine in. So very first contact and very first injuries. Private Jager still crawling. And he is now going to start bandaging up. There we go. He's putting that morphine onto his left upper leg. In the meanwhile, everything's stalled on the east. Nothing's happening right now. Still some grenade launchers left and right. Towards the cap zone again, but nowhere near the defenders there. PFC Lungu has put himself in an overwatch position. Covering the rear, covering the west. But it seems like PFC Spencer and PFC Williams will be just guarding that area there and will not start a flanking mission as of yet. So it's going to come down on tactical choices. Who's going to make the very first move and how is the other squad going to be responding towards it. Both squads don't want to lose their last fight. Both squads will want to end this tournament with a bang. And are just waiting it out until somebody makes a small mistake and then take full advantage of that. PFC Bedekovic made his move, but PFC Spencer is using his machine gun, mowing down Private Osteron. He's hit, but he's not down. Is PFC Kasalka hit? No, not either. Sergeant Dot is moving towards the river bedding. PFC Bedekovic is in a tight spot, being shot from everywhere right now. PFC Brady and Private Hagedorn are moving in on the flank on Private Osteron. They're bit pinched right now. Osteron is giving away his position. Is that going to be used by PFC Brady? Not yet. But it looks like S3 is trying to push into the middle, into the center, but they're being outflanked right now. They're encircled by S1 as a whole. Still, they hold the cap, still putting that pressure onto S1, while PFC Williams is using a sneaky bold move to try get into that capture zone and cap it off guard of S3, but it's not happening as of yet. But that is a sneaky move. PFC Bedekovic must have been hurt while he was moving into this building. I don't see any bandages, so he must have made it without any injuries. But so it starts. I think we have a couple of 7 minutes left on the clock. PFC Brady is giving away his position right now and is being mowed down by PFC Kasalka, who took down the very first enemy in this match. Great work here. PFC Brady started shooting but gave away his position, and PFC Kasalka made good use of that, taking him out. So it's 1 point for S3. Let's see how this continues. And PFC Bedekovic is taken out as well. From where was that? It must be been taken out by PFC Brady over here. PFC Brady was indeed shooting towards that building, took out PFC Bedekovic first, while Kasalka took out Brady later on. So it's 1-1 for both squads, and so it appears that PFC Williams is now moving in with PFC Spencer into that cap zone. They're going to be flipping that cap very soon, putting extra pressure on S3. Let's see how that is going to happen and how the reaction going to be from S3 when they see the cap zone is going to be flipping towards up 4. Shot still fired. PFC Kasalka is downed. He's still up. He's being dragged away by Private Osteron. This is what the 29th stands for. Teammates and buddies. But Private Osteron is actually moving into into the side of Sergeant Dot and PFC Spencer, who both captured the zone. And PFC Williams is making his move towards Private Jager. This is going to be very interesting to watch. Very close by. Private Jager is unexpecting this bold move from PFC Williams. How is S3 gonna react to this capture that flipped? Corporal Call is moving slightly towards the capture zone, but look at this. Private De Jager is just meters away from PFC De Williams, and both might encounter each other very soon. I'm gonna keep eyes on this for now. I think PFC Williams is in a good position, in an overwatch position. He could see, I think he might see PFC. Oh, he's moving very close. I think Private Jager has heard this. He's moving He's watching that edge, he's shooting. But Private Jager got himself killed by Sergeant Dot, who was just across the river, which makes nobody from S3 inside the zone anymore. And this might be a very tight cutout for S1. Private Jager started shooting blindly, not towards PFC Williams at all, and Sergeant Dot spotted that immediately, reacted accordingly, and took him out from the other side of the river, securing his own teammate and securing the capture zone there. They have a strong foot within the zone. Meanwhile, Osteron N is taken out as well, probably by PFC Williams. Kazelka is down. Both are bleeding out, are unconscious right now, which makes it only up to 3 fighting members of S3, Corporal Carl, PFC Lungu and Corporal Rod, who are left. They need to make a move, they need to advance towards the capture zone, while Corporal Bay, Sergeant Erb and Private Hagedorn are still trying to encircle and move in towards the urban area. I see that Private Ostron has bled out as well. He's down, so that's another point for S1. No, sorry, S1, CP2, CP1 S1. PFC Kazelka is still down, while Ostron saved PFC Kazelka from dragging him away. He dragged him into an open area, and PFC Williams made a bold move and took him out from inside the camp. Great work there from CP1S1. PFC Lungu is now moving away from the capture zone, probably going into an overwatch position and see if they can make a move onto the zone. He's moving away quite far. Corporal Bay is moving inside towards the urban area. He's inside one of these houses, while PFC Kazelka is still laying out there dead. Corporal Bay may finish him off. I don't think PFC Kazelka will wake up anymore. He has been down twice now, so he won't be accounted. But if he doesn't bleed out until the match ends, he still accounts half a point to his team. So no points are being given away, even not to CP1S1 is not getting a point because they did not confirm that kill. Meanwhile, Private Hagedorn has moved into the building of PFC Bedekovic. There we go. Yep, like I said, Corporal Bay finished off PFC Kazelka, now accounted 1 point to his team. And there goes a rocket towards a building, towards Private Hagedorn, and he is immediately dead. It was a great shot from Corporal Rod there. And more rockets are being shot from left to right on both sides of the river now. But what a great shot there was from Corporal Rod, taking out Private Hagedorn with that high explosive rocket. PFC Lungu is now moving back up the river together with Corporal Carl. They're going to be making that move towards the zone, I think. But we're very close to the end of this match. I have no idea how much time there's left on the clock, but it's ticking, and it's ticking in the favor of CP1S1 right now. It was a very slow start. Oh, there we go. PFC Williams versus Corporal Carl. PFC Williams is down by Corporal Carl. Sergeant Dot is on the other side of the river. The smoke is in the advantage of Corporal Carl, and PFC Lungu is in there as well. They're going to be flipping the cap right now. Sergeant Dot needs to make a move. He needs to move into the cap zone if he doesn't want to lose it. We got 1 minute on the clock. 3 members of S3 are inside the cap zone. It shouldn't take long. PFC Spencer is using his MG. He took down Corporal Carl. Corporal Rod is under fire as well. He's in the crossfire with Sergeant Dot. It's going to be tight. Sergeant Dot needs to move in the cap, or it's going to be flipped out to S3. And S3 is going to be taking 3 extra points here. PFC Kazelka is PFC Lungu is down, and Corporal Rod is still up. He needs to survive, otherwise the 3 points won't be accounted to him. Sergeant Dot is shooting him. Corporal Rod might die. He's evading every shot, but he's bleeding out right now. He's bleeding out, and he is dead. No, he's not dead. That's sorry. That's the skull of Corporal Carl. And it's game. It's game. Corporal Rod is still alive. That means the cap zone is still for 3. That is still for CP2S3, which will be accounted to 3 points for holding the cap zone and half a point for Corporal Rod, who is still alive. But what a fight. A slow approach, but what a fight. And off we go. There we go. Sergeant Berg is making a huge sprint with his trusted machine gun. Private Stule, Private Ballot and PFC Tedros together with Private Elo are going towards the forest area, while the rest of S1 is moving directly towards the cap zone. And we see here CP1 S2 is using the grenade launchers already. Is that going to take down anyone? Is that going to take casualties? No, nowhere near CP2S1, but they're putting themselves up the ridge. They're going to be defending from a distance, and they're using their trusted ACOGs, I believe, for shooting from a distance. But the GLs are way off guard, no injuries, and so CP2 can continue moving into the forest area. Only PFC Gorski is currently covering that area, while the rest of CP1 is pretty much spread out over the ridge, and they will be using that ACOG to their advantage. S1 was using a bold start, but a bit stalling right now. PFC Tedic might go in between the ridge, and first shots are being fired here from Sergeant Berg. He definitely saw some movement on that ridge line over there. And PFC Tedic is shooting his rocket, but no close, no avail to that rocket. It was too much off as of yet. More grenades are being shot, and a rocket is being shot from... Ooh, that must have hurt Sergeant Voss and PFC Ortiz. Both are indeed being hit. Ooh, those are great shots all over with the grenade launcher. PFC Ortiz is down. He's not dead yet. Sergeant Voss is down. He's back up. But both have been injured very badly right now. Same goes... No, Private Kearnshaw is still up. So far, no casualties. But damn, those were some good shots with the grenade launcher. Another shot, but that is a bit off. That is over their heads. Nobody got hurt there. In the meanwhile, S1 has taken up a very defensive position in the ridgeline in the forest area, and they can wait out anyone who comes down this line and take them out. If somebody gets into the cap zone, they can quickly swift towards this ridge and take some fire from there. So that is a great position to have right now. They have the upper hand, and I think they were gonna leave the initiative to CP1 as 2, but I think both squads are actually leaving the initiative to each other, because S1 here has the advantage of having 2 extra men in their squad. So that is why CP1 S2 is currently waiting until the other squad makes their first move. Another grenade launcher being shot into the air. It has not landed yet. Landed off again. Landed far off to no avail. So no use and no casualties. In the meanwhile, Private Montgomery and PFC Eagle are flanking around, are in a very long distance. We see PFC Eagle having great overview over the middle, and Private Montgomery is making the flanking maneuver on the left. But so far, no casualties, but 2 people were very hard hit. Sergeant Voss and PFC Ortiz both got injured heavily by those grenade launchers shot from S1. So we're still waiting till the first move. Montgomery is still making his move on the left. PFC Gorski is holding down the entire right flank, while S1 is pretty much having a great foothold there. That's a great position to have. Just waiting here until somebody makes a move, or flank and get into the cap zone from that side. They're pretty close to the capture zone. If needed, they can just rush it and get the extra 3 points. But None of these squads want to make a mistake. None of them want to lose the first firefight. And so they're a bit stalling this match, waiting for the first move and then get into position. On another note, this is great racetrack. Definitely need to get here with some cards. It's a very lengthy one and beautiful to drive one. These are actually two race tracks, one in the dirt and one more on asphalt. Another shot is at PFC Gorski making his first shots. That means S1 has been spotted within the forest area. Private Elo is moving. We got 10 minutes left on the clock. Private Elo might be ordered to get into the cap zone to put some extra pressure onto S1, onto CP1. Private Montgomery is moving back from his flanking maneuver. CP1 is very stretched thin here. I'm curious on what they're gonna do here, on what the tactical decision gonna be from Sergeant Voss. PFC 10 and PFC Gates are holding down their left-hand flank, with PFC Tedic and Sergeant Berg in the middle, and a strong foothold in the forest. That is how S1 is putting up their attack. They're a very defensive line position, while as CP1 is moving now together with Private Montgomery and PFC Eagle, or they're switching positions. That is what's going on here. And then they're very stretched thin, as they have two members left. They have the disadvantage of two members, so they're very stretched thin and waiting for the first move, and who is going to take the initiative and how the other squad is going to be reacting to that initiative. It's going to be a very tactical decisions, and whoever makes the very first shot can win this match. It's very important for CP1 to get the first kill, to get a bit in the advantage again, because as this is right now, CP2 S1 has the advantage, 2 men extra, and they are way better positioned towards the cap zone right now. But it seems it's going to be the waiting game, which is perfectly fine. You got 10 minutes to finish off the battle. So let's see. Let's take a look at Private Kernschau's position. He is looking through the leaves. Very sneaky position. Has a great overview though over the racetrack and the capture zone itself. Capture zone is right here. That's the centerpiece of it. PFC 10 and PFC Gates are in his side of line. Private PFC Gorski is still covering the flanking, while we take a look at PFC Ortiz, and again a very sneaky position, hard to see even from up close. You probably won't see him at all. Look at that, he's moving right now, but you wouldn't spot him at all. Look at that, great positioning of PFC Ortiz, overlooking the battlefield. And PFC 10 is in his sights as well. PFC Gates is pretty close towards the capture zone as well, but he's still being told to hold, not allowed to move in yet. I think it's going to be a tactical play by PFC 10, squad leader of S1, waiting as long as possible and then rush the objective, get into position and hope they nail down the extra 3 points. PFC Eagle is all the way out of the capture zone, but he is probably flanking or keeping guard on the flank. He is not even looking at the objective at all. That means Sergeant Voss has the doubts of them being flanked. That means the tactic of S1 waiting and waiting is working out, giving the defenders or the opposite team doubts, like is the team are they flanking us? Or are they coming from west, or are they coming from east? Where are they? So they have no clue where S1 is at the moment. So they're keeping PFC Eagle over there, which is still a good position to take long shots with his ACOG towards the objective if needed. Private Montgomery is back near his near the rest of his team and is going to take up position again on the ridgeline, trying to cover the inside of the capture zone. The best bet right now is to get for S1 is to get behind these two hard cover places, because those are not being covered from these three guys. But the problem is getting there. How on earth are you gonna get there without being seen? 5 minutes on the clock. It's been a very slow and very stalled game right now. We had a couple of grenade launches, getting them grenade launches shooting each other. Some of S1 injured Sergeant Voss heavily together with PFC Ortiz. It was heavily bleeding. Both of them passed out for a bit, but they were able to recover. Private Montgomery is now moving towards the cap zone. Is he going to be the one who is flipping the cap and putting that extra pressure on S1? Let's see how this is going to turn out. He is definitely scouting the area left and right and seeing if he can make an approach and how he's going to be making it. But the best bet is still these standing boards that give you the most hard cover. Private Montgomery is now moving over those wheels, or over those tires, is moving towards the capture zone. He's going to be putting extra pressure on S1 if he flips the cap. PFC Gates and PFC 10 do not see him moving, and he is moving inside that little shed, and it's going to be flipping the cap in a couple of seconds now. That is going to be putting a lot of pressure onto S1, and you can see that PFC Tadros, Private Stula and Elo are getting close to the capture zone, and they're going to be making a rush from here. That is what I predict. They're going to be making a rush from that ridgeline, but now S1 has a lot of pressure on their shoulders. They have the advantage of 2 men. PFC Gates is using his grenade. Oh my god, that was straight on top of Private Kunshaw. That must have taken him down. They're going to start shooting down at Russia. Yeah, Private Kunshaw is dead. That was the first kill of the game. That makes S1 is going to be making their move. That gives a lot of cover. The rocket was being shot, but nowhere close to S1. They're making their move. PFC Tadros is moving instead of towards the cap. He's moving towards Private Kunshaw's position, but he is down. PFC Gorski is still holding down that flank, but he is moving towards the capture zone. He might get into Private Stuhl and PFC Tadros' side, but Private Ballot is on the lookout for that. It's great play from S1, great positioning on the field, but PFC Gorski is getting very close right now. More grenades are being shot. Those are smoke grenades. They're going to be putting up a smoke screen. Another rocket has been shot towards the ridgeline, towards PFC Ortiz, who is hit and is bleeding. He needs to draw away his eyes from the battlefield. He is bandaging up. Meanwhile, PFC Ortiz is in the wild open. Can he be seen by Private Ballot? Not yet. He is still covered by that ridgeline. He's not skylining yet. Private Ballot, can we see him? He could see him. He's now in his eyes. There he goes. PFC Gorski is hit. And that must have alerted PFC Tadros. Yes, they did. And they're in open fight. And there goes PFC Gorski. Killed by PFC Tadros. Thanks to Private Ballot's great eyes on the field. PFC 10 is now moving towards the field as well, towards the cap zone. This is a great advantage for S1. They need to get into the cap though. There's just a couple of minutes left, probably 2. They need to get at least 2 guys in there to flip it. Sergeant Voss is moving close towards the cap zone as well, but we still got PFC Gates and PFC Tadic covering that left-hand area. Private Montgomery is sneaking around. He's taking a sneak peek, but to no avail. Didn't see anyone. PFC 10 is now in the capture zone. He's wildly open. This could mean that Sergeant Voss is going to see him in a second, and then he is probably going to take him out. Sergeant Voss is moving in between those places. We got PFC Tadros in the cap zone as well now. There's going to be flipping towards S1. PFC Gates in the open. Sergeant Vos is going to take a sneak peek, and he might be able to shoot down 2 enemy members inside the cap zone. He's taking his aim. He's shooting. PFC Gates is down. PFC Town has no idea where it's coming to him. He's shooting. They got the cap zone though. 30 seconds. They got the cap zone. Everybody is getting in there now. PFC Tadros is running into PFC Eagle on his left. They don't see each other. Grenades are being shot left and right. PFC Stan is still alive. PFC Tadros just runs behind PFC Eagle, takes out Private Montgomery, and gets back into the capture zone. Sergeant Vos is downed, and that is going to be a win. Sergeant Vos is game. Alright, and we're off. This is the final match of Charlie Company Battle of the Squads. Both best squads are facing each other, and as I predicted, both squads are sending their main forces over that hill, and we see S2 is actually making a huge circle around, while they're sending 2 men immediately towards the cap zone. So it's going to be putting extra pressure onto S2, and those grenades going off, that nowhere near, but we hear launchers going off. I don't even see the impact. Oh, there we go. Near the spawn, but nowhere near any enemy soldiers. And there it goes. The capture has been flipped to CP2S2 due to Corporal Vonk being in there. Sergeant Turnby is keeping overwatch. Corporal Vonk is moving out now, and they're all on the ridge line again. Private Scott and PFC Scholand are in the overwatch position towards the capture zone, but they're too far off to make a capture flip. 4 versus wait, this is 5 men versus 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 men and 2 men over here. So S3, CP1 S3 is in the middle of the entire squad. They're getting encircled right now from start on. So I'm looking forward on how this is going to be played out. They're going to keep this top of the hill area, I think, because they're pretty much predicted that S2 is going to be taking that flanking hill as well as an overwatch position, while Corporal Vonk and Sergeant Turnby are putting up an overwatch position, so it cannot be captured. The zone will be theirs. That's an extra 3 points they can have. PFC Tahuski, he is the flank guard for S3, while their main forces are moving towards S2. Is S2 going to be putting up an ambush, or are they going to take the initiative themselves? They took the initiative about getting a fast capture zone. Corporal Drake is getting very close right now. They're just over the ridgeline. Is he going to have the first kill? Oh, PFC Foster is in the open. They're crossing each other, don't see each other, and there goes PFC Foster into oh, and that's a kill. Corporal Drake, assistant squad leader, is the first casualty of today. PFC Carlson is taking Overlook. Carlson is taking down PFC Messina, and Carlson is killed on his turn as well by PFC Trashak, and an extra grenade on top of his body to make sure. Ooh, that grenade launcher could have injured friendlies, but it's the first fierce fighting started. We got 2 kills on both sides. No, scratch that, 1 kill on CP2S2 and 2 confirmed kills on CP1S3. Actually, 3 of them. 3 people died in S3, leaving them down to 2 men. And both squad leaders of CP1S3 have been down. That makes it that the privates are up onto themselves and need to rely on themselves and take up initiative and leading. But CP2S2 is putting a lot of pressure here, and it looks like PFC Tahuski is shooting his rocket towards S2. That was a great hit! Beautiful shot here on Corporal Cooper and PFC Foster. Corporal Valenti is down. He's not dead yet. Corporal Cooper got into hard cover, so he's not injured at all. And PFC Foster is still up and still being shooting rockets towards each other. Look at the impacts on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. One was directly on Corporal Valenti, who is still bleeding. Corporal Cooper is now down as well, and PFC Foster is down, all by the rockets of PFC Tahuski. Corporal Valenti died from bleeding, and let's see if PFC Foster and Corporal Cooper can get up. PFC Tahuski keeps moving, while over here PFC Trashak is covering his buddies' bodies, to be honest, because as we can see, PFC Foster died out as well, so that's 2 confirmed kills for PFC Tahuski and his rocket. Corporal Cooper is bleeding out. He's going into cardiac arrest. Yes, there it is. Confirmed kill as well. Corporal Cooper is dead. That is 3 confirmed kills from rockets from PFC Tahuski, who did take some damage himself as well, but is still alive and kicking. PFC Trashak still keeping that flank, or holding it, while Private Ramirez is in a good position with hard cover. PFC Van Wijk, oh, that is friendly and friendly, that's blue on blue. PFC Van Wijk, he did hit Sergeant Turnby, so miscommunication, that's a mismatch, but no big deal, no kills, only a confirmed injury. PFC Van Wijk is double checking if Sergeant Turnby is alright, and all is good. So that leaves 3 men of S2 on their flanking mission, and we see Private Scott and PFC Skolan now moving slowly towards the capture zone, while Corporal Vonk here on that hill is still holding down that flank. And oh, there's goes some fire again. PFC Trashak, he might have seen PFC Tahuski, and he did. And grenades are going off. And that's a grenade straight on top of no, just in front. It's actually PFC Tahuski using grenades as a distraction and smoking it up everywhere. That is some great concealment. I'm curious if he's gonna make a bold move. No, he's actually taking his time to heal his injuries. But there was some great fighting over here already. And we got Private Ramirez being shot in the back from Corporal Vonk, who left his overwatch position. Oh, there goes my camera. PFC Tahuski now returning fire to PFC Trashak. That means there's only 3 men alive, but PFC Tahuski, what a shot! He was in the middle of bandaging himself, but he stopped that and he started shooting and nailed down PFC Trashak. Great shooting. Great fight from PFC Tahuski. 4 confirmed kills now. And in the meanwhile, the capture zone has flipped as well. That means there's an extra pressure now on CP2S2, who actually had a very good stronghold. But Corporal Vonk moved away from his position, taking out Private Ramirez from the back. But that got Private Scott and PFC Skoland into the capture zone with only 7 or 6 minutes left on the clock. PFC Van Gastels, assistant squad leader of the CP2S2, needs to gather his men and make a bold move and put the extra pressure back onto CP1S3. But what a fight this has been. PFC Tahuski is still no, he is checking out the information, or checking out the backpack of his enemy, probably taking some extra bandages because he took a beating for sure. Corporal Vonk is actively searching for PFC Tahuski, while Sergeant Turnby is still on the outer skirts, trying to make or establish contact with PFC Van Wijk and PFC Van Gastel. But what a fight this has been, guys. Great work. Both very good work. Tactical decisions in the beginning, it's very fast, and rush cap from CP2S2, going back into the forest area and circling CP1S3. And while CP1S3 still had 2 guys left out, and they are being called in while the main forces were battling with each other. So great tactical choices from both squads again. Meanwhile, Vonk, he has seen him. He He has seen PFC Tahuski, and that makes an end to him. Corporal Vonk has finished off PFC Tahuski, immediately going towards the capture zone again. PFC Tahuski had a great run, 3 confirmed kills with the rocket and a confirmed kill with his assault rifle. So that gives the opportunity and the upper hand again to CP2S2, who have 4 guys left versus 2 of CP1S3, but they are bunkered down inside the capture zone. And you see Private Scott is not using the hard cover as you would think, but he's using a sneaky position right here underneath a tree, waiting until S2 comes down the hill and just shoot them while they are unaware of that. Same goes to PFC Skoland, who is slightly in the water. Look at that, he is looking that direction and he's in the water, completely concealed from enemies. Although we got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, you could see him from behind. His feet are slightly sticking out, but that is great concealment from both soldiers here from CP1S3. Corporal Vonk is still making sure he can connect back to his main force. Sergeant Turnby is slowly scouting the area. He has his binocs out, and PFC Van Gastel is trying to rally his troops for a last main assault. We got 4 minutes on the clock. I'm curious who gonna be having, or who is gonna hold that capture zone at the end of the fight. And I apologize once again for my my sniffing and my coughing. Like I said, I got a bit of a cold, and I hope I can well, sit out this cold and the next couple of days and get back on track. So who has your bet, guys? It's 4 versus 2, while the 2 men are holding down the capture zone and are bunkered down in nice concealment. Who would you put your bet on? Is it on CP1S3, the guys who are holding the capture zone, or is it CP2S2, who is gonna be making a push from the east, from the hill area? Who would you put your money on? It's very tight. I think both squads have equal chances to win this or hold this down. Another tactical choice could be that PFC Van Gastel is ordering his troops to just stay outside the circle, because they still have 2 extra points if all 4 of them are still survivors at the end of the round, because survivors do count for half a point at the end of the match, but I haven't seen that tactic being used so far. While PFC Skoland and Private Scott, 2 men that haven't seen any action for the last couple of 50 minutes. Ooh, apologies. I really got a cold. I need to get a cup of tea or something, but I apologize for that again. PFC Van Wijk and PFC Van Gastel are setting up on the out, and they're using rockets and GLs to start their advance. Another rocket has been shot, but they're shooting the wrong side of the objective. They're shooting the southern side, while both men are in the northern side. Corporal Vonk and Sergeant Turnby are now in the north. They might be in the vicinity. They might be in the eyes of PFC Skoland soon, but he is looking south. And there goes PFC Van Gastel. He's already in. He's checking that tree though, but Private Scott has his eyes in the open, and he is taking him down. There goes PFC Van Gastel by Private Scott. Perfect concealment. Even though PFC Van Gastel was looking at him, he didn't see him. That means it's 3-1, 3-2. 1 minute on the clock. PFC Skoland has been spotted. Has been shot at. He's going into concealment. He's He wants to stay alive, get that extra half a point at the end. PFC Van Wijk is in the capture zone. Corporal Vonk is putting some fire on PFC Scotland while Sergeant Turnby is in the zone. That means 2 men are in the zone. Are they gonna flip the cap in the last 30 minutes or not? Private Scott is dead. It's 2 versus 1. Corporal Vonk rushes into the zone. Are they gonna have it or not? This is gonna be a tight call. This is gonna be tight. Oh, the suspense. Oh, it's gonna be game, I think. I don't think they're gonna have it. It's game! And it did not flip. It flipped a split second after game was called. Woo! PFC Scotland takes home a very valuable 3 points for CP1S3.